Today I fucked up by walking with my hands in my pockets. This didn't actually happen today, it happened very early yesterday morning. So, I had gone to a friend's house a few blocks away to hang out. Because they live so close, I walked over and planned on walking home. When my friend got tired, I packed up my backpack, put on my jacket and headed home. I was walking with my hands in my pockets because it was cold out. At the end of the block, I stepped off the curb to cross the street, and the next thing I remember is spitting out a mouthful of blood and pieces of tooth. I had slipped on ice and, because my hands were in my pockets, I couldn't break my fall. I blacked out momentarily when I hit the ground, but I assume I landed on my face. My teeth punched a hole through my lip, and shards of tooth got stuck inside. Several hours in the ER later, I was patched up with 10 stitches, 5 inside my mouth, 5 outside. They couldn't do anything about the tooth, other than put a protective layer on the broken surface. It will have to be fixed this week when a dentist can see me. Too long didn't read, walked home from a friend's house with my hands in my pockets, slipped on a patch of ice, landed on my face, bit a hole through my lip. Pictures, obvious warning, they're pretty graphic. Fuck. Glad you didn't bite your tongue off. Me too. Had the same thing happen to me 7 years ago, when I was skateboarding. It sucks and mouth injuries still make me cringe. Hope you get well soon. Damn. Ice is fucking scary, walking on it even driving on it. Be happy you didn't get any serious head injuries. Yeah, I'm really fortunate. My dad used to yell at us when he saw us doing this. He would tell us the story of his brother that fell off a curb and broke his teeth and nose. I warn my kids, minus the yelling, so they do a semi-hand in the pockets. Plus, their pants are so tight, their cell gets warped from the pressure in the pockets. I hate it when I break my teats. Damn. I'll take that as a warning. Today I fucked up by being the only man alive who doesn't use Vaseline as lube. This didn't happen today but last night. I've been back home visiting my parents with my GF for the past week. Now me and my dad have always been really open about things in our life, including things like relationships. So yesterday night around 10 PM things were winding down while myself and my GF decided it was about time to go to bed. Right as we head to bed my dad makes the joke, now remember my room is right above yours, I don't want to hear any funny business up there. He was clearly being sarcastic, so we started joking back about how we were going to have crazy sex up there and he'd just have to listen to it. We all laugh and then we head upstairs to get ready for bed. Now for the second piece of context, I have a skin condition that makes me really itchy downstairs, pretty much everywhere from the groin over to the rectum. So I have a couple creams I use, but for the rectum in particular the skin is really sensitive, so I was instructed to just use medicated Vaseline. I usually put it on every night before bed and it helps me from wanting to constantly scratch my asshole all the time. So as usual I head to the bathroom, pull out my bathroom bag, and pull out a tub of Vaseline. Our upstairs bathroom door has never fully locked/shut since the door was never aligned correctly, so the door is always openable, but usually it's not an issue. I get some Vaseline on my 2 fingers and start applying to the aforementioned area right as my dad busts in the bathroom to tell me something. I still have no idea why he did this, but it's more than likely he just wasn't thinking. So there he sees his only son, lubing up his asshole from a tub on Vaseline, naked as the day he was born. He starts saying, "What are you doing?" and then you can see it click on his face. The tube of Vaseline, me effectively lubing up my asshole, the jokes about having ridiculous sex, all of it. He immediately goes pale and gets super embarrassed, then runs out of the bathroom yelling, "Oh, sorry." I was too embarrassed to go talk to him right then, so I just went to bed. This morning when I came downstairs I started to bring it up and he just looked away and said, "What you two do with your free time is no concern of mine." I will probably never be able to convince my dad that I am in fact not into pegging. TL doctor, I used Vaseline on my asshole for medical reasons and now my dad thinks I like having my girlfriend peg me. Edit, for everyone asking, I have definitely seen a doctor about my condition. And for everyone in a similar situation who wants advice, I highly recommend doing the same. Maybe a weird question, but do people really use Vaseline as lube? It's so viscous that I can't imagine it is a very good substitute for regular lube or even saliva. I hope they don't, because Vaseline makes condoms break. Edit. The replies to this comment have been a real emotional roller coaster. Most of them either made me sad for the future of humankind or made me sad for the future of some of the commenters' sex lives and their sexual partners. Shout out to those who paid attention in sex ed. This has entirely too many upvotes considering the low effort put into it. Thank you. Did you really not know about the condition? It's not a super serious condition and it didn't develop until after I'd already moved out. It's a bit embarrassing to discuss, so I don't really talk about it much. Did you make eye contact? Unfortunately, yes. Tell your dad to wait his turn. Edit. Thanks for the gold and silver, strangers. You should have hobbled into the living room sighing and moaning the next morning. Today I fucked up by accidentally training myself to wake up to birdsong. So a month or two ago I bought this fancy alarm clock/lamp. You set the time you want to get up, and half an hour before then it slowly starts to light up, simulates sunrise. It's nice. In the last few minutes before the set time, it also starts to play birdsong. Quietly at first, then louder, and that's what wakes you up. Well, I've been waking up over an hour early for the last few days. I couldn't figure it out at first, but this morning I heard it, very faint birdsong from somewhere outside. It isn't even close. Now I'm running on 4-5 hours, instead of my usual 8 to 9, and yes I know, during dead week with a truly stupid amount of work/studying to do. And I can't even complain because waking up earlier was the whole point when I bought the damn thing. Too long didn't read, bought an alarm clock that plays birdsong. Now, 3 days before my finals, I'm waking up at the crack of dawn, losing sleep, to actual birdsong. Edit. Stop telling me to go to sleep earlier. I've had that clock for about 10 years now, flips, but have never used the birdsongs. If we have the same model, you can also have radio, frogs, who thought of that? Waves and bips. The best advice I can give you is to cut the sound. I used the bipping sounds at first, but it's been years since I completely turned the sound off, it only silently lights up now. Best thing ever, it wakes me gently and always a bit before the set time. Yep. Same clock. I guess they changed the sounds at some point because mine does birdsong with music, waves, forest waterfall, I think. And piano. I may have to try the silent alarm next time I'm on break, see if it works for me. I'm glad to hear you've had yours for 10 years, I didn't know how long it would last, that's awesome. I recently installed the same alarm, and now I'm gonna change it before this happens to me as well, lol. Train yourself to fall asleep to a different sound, maybe flowing water. Then when you wake up early, just play the water sounds to fall back asleep for another hour or two. And pee your bed. You've been Pavloved. That I have. For those of you who are asking, it's the Philips Wake Up Light HF3520. There are different models/prices depending on which features you want. I just looked and the specific model I got isn't being made anymore. Edit, trying to make sure it's not advertising before I put it as an edit in my main post. How do you summon the mods? Mods. Edit. Okay, can't put a link in my post, so do me a favor y'all and help this comment so the people who want to buy the lamp can see this and I don't end up answering the same question 100 times. Edit. Today I fucked up by making post on Reddit that blew up while trying to study for finals.